What's up, boys? Today we're going to be checking out the early access release for Kinetic Storm, a roguelike bullet heaven, bullet hell, blah 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 buzzword, you get the drift. So we can start with blasters, burst, or beam, it looks like. Let's try out some beam, hold or toggle for mouse firing, energy skill, dash or inhibit, what is that? I don't know, but a dash is always useful, so we'll take that. Secondary weapon, let's try out some drones. I think I did missiles in the demo a long time ago. I'm not sure if you're supposed to start on easy, but let's see if we can do some normal. So I've got a little flamethrower, it looks like. We can dash. Okay, can I change how that works real quick? No, there's no key binding settings in the game, it looks like. That's kind of weird. Let me restart that. Oh, okay. Main menu. Okay, let's go play. I want to dash towards my mouse and not where the ship was pointing. But that's not how it was working there, it feels like. Oh well. So we've got a little flamethrower, and then my right click is supposed to be the drones. I don't know what those green lines are for. They seem to be just running in there automatically. So we get upgrades every once in a while. The amount of damage that bypasses shield to directly hit armor. I don't know exactly what that means beam width. That sounds pretty funny for the laser beam, which seems more like a flamethrower. So yeah, the drone seems to be attacking automatically. I don't know why I want these green lines out. That's a lot of ships coming in. Yeah, the drone seems to attack automatically. Let's dash over here, finish that guy off. I don't know what the green beams for my secondary attack do. Beam weapon pulls enemies towards the center of the beam? That sounds pretty cool for the beam. We keep increasing the width on that. Let's turn some of the music back up. I was going to keep that off just in case it was copyrighted, since sometimes a lot of games have issues with that on YouTube, but oh well. Try not to stand in front of the turrets when they charge up, since that looks dangerous. Reduce shield penetration, the amount of damage that bypasses shield to directly hit armor. So that's buffing my defense so that my shields are more effective, I guess? Increase maximum armor capacity, I don't know exactly what that does either yet. I guess we'll just grab some of the shield effectiveness. We have some type of orb shooting a ton of missiles. Oh, oops. Oh, you can destroy their missiles as well, so the flamethrower should be pretty good at that. Doesn't look like I can destroy their laser attacks. So I've taken a little bit of armor damage, but I still don't know exactly what that means. So oh, there's another Orby guy up here. We can just flip that around, destroy any missiles that come at us, and slowly whittle them down from long range. Energy recharge faster, which is for the dash. Maximum armor, drone speed, and acceleration. Sure. Go green lasers that I don't know what even do. Okay, a large horde of enemies, that'll be easy for the flamethrower. Oh, laser attacks, we can't destroy those. It is very dark all of a sudden. So we have some turrets down here. Beam length sounds good. Drone armor, maximum energy. Yup. Full flamethrower it is. Oh, we have a big ship now. Oh, okay. Well then. Can I change my loadout here? Let's try acceleration for the dash. I guess I could try inhibit, whatever that does. We'll try burst. And the missiles over here. Oh, maybe you are supposed to start on easy. Because that guy just kind of one-shot me. So we've got missiles on right click now. Secondary weapon charges. Accelerates faster and higher top speed. Number of bursts. Let's try out the missiles here. Those seem pretty long range and have a bit of homing. Also, I messed up the dash setting, and this is the one that I meant to have on acceleration, not the mouse angle. Maximum energy for dash, shield regeneration, sure. Oh, that's right, I don't have a dash this time, it's inhibit, so I guess that probably destroys projectiles coming at me? Let me see. Oh, it deflects them away, interesting. Go, stupid missiles, hit him! Inhibit destroys enemy missiles, burst travel. Oh, that's the left click. Yeah, we're not really doing that here. I'll try the inhibit upgrade. That doesn't seem to work on those missiles. And those are literally missiles. So I guess I'd try and shoot his missiles with mine. Oh Jesus, that's a lot of lasers. So we've got a little bit of AoE on the missile. Man, it feels so weird not having a dash. Can I see my upgrades in here? No, that's kind of weird. Like, I swear it said it destroys missiles and I can't destroy these ones. What if they enter the circle? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, it definitely does not destroy those ones. Oh, why don't I just use my left click? I only have like 2 upgrades for the missile right now. I may as well shoot them down with that. I think that one was mine. Shield penetration, push, maximum armor. I guess we'll try a bunch of upgrades on the inhibit as well, see what happens with that. These guys aren't even attacking. I don't know what to do right now. I feel so weak without the dash ability. I don't really have that great upgrades for the missile yet. I'm just going to keep firing the missiles out and then focus on destroying his. And then he should eventually die. There we go. Missiles fire more often. Sounds good. Okay, we got the guy who one-shot me. Oh. Pop the shield up for that. So I think armor is your actual health. I'll pop that up, try and get some long-range volleys on him. That's the left click, or we could fire missiles more often. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and pop the shield to avoid the laser blast. Oh, and then those red things are probably an armor heal? No, they disappeared right before I got to them. Don't know what that is. Shield capacity, energy. Ooh, area of missile explosions. We can't fly over the mountain, apparently? I guess it's too high up. Yeah, I just can't go over the mountain. Strange. Missile refresh. When a missile explodes, chance to regenerate 1 unit of capacity. Yup. I think it is an armor heal, it just doesn't last very long. So you have to be ready when an enemy dies nearby to pick it up, it looks like. Looks like a bunch of turrets spawned up here. Missile and multi-shot capacity. Additional projectiles added capacity. Number of bursts. Enemies pushed into terrain by inhibit. Interesting. But we are definitely taking the missile upgrade. Oh, brutal wave. I'm ready. Am I though? We're firing 2 missiles now. Pop the inhibits. Try and get out of there because that is a lot of enemies. But we did increase the AoE. I'll pop another shield here. I don't know if I can go for those armor pickups. May as well use my burst a little bit when they're that close. Not too bad. I guess we kind of specialize in waves like that with all the missile upgrades. Energy, enemy missiles near the player travel more slowly. That'll make it easier to use the inhibit shield to block stuff, I think, so that could be pretty helpful. I don't know why I'm getting blasted when I'm moving perpendicular to their shots. I don't know how else you're supposed to dodge those, other than stay extremely far away. Pop the inhibit shield here. Yeah, I guess we can maybe I definitely can't avoid them. Maybe I can outrange them. That seems a bit cheesy with no dash here. I can't outrange them. What do you do against these? You can't avoid the attack. You can't outrange them. Okay, you can line of sight behind the mountain slightly, but it's very hard to do. Energy, shield, destroyed enemies, chance to drop armor refill. Sure. Can we grab the armor over here now? Looks like there's a bunch of those orb dudes. Try and get some distance so I can shoot their missiles down here. It is very dark. Seems like some of my missiles are also seeking out his missiles, which they're almost never going to hit. Travel faster and have increased turn rate? Well, that would help with that. Sure. I feel like the armor pickup should last a little bit longer. It's almost impossible to grab most of them. Shield capacity, faster movement and turn. Sure, I could use a bit of that. It looks like he was blocking his own missiles that came from the other side there. Just focus on shooting those missiles down, and then mine will slowly destroy them. The burst attack does make it pretty easy to hit their missiles at least. Missiles fire additional projectiles and an added capacity. Yup. Brutal wave. And we have more of those cheesy railguns that are extremely hard to avoid. Oh god, there's so many over there. Alright, we try and outrange them from super far with the missiles, I guess. Really feels like you want the dash ability against these things. Okay, these ones are avoidable. I guess there must just be a specific one that you can't really avoid without a dash. Yeah, these ones are fine. Other than those ones just instantly hitting me with nothing I could do. Okay, these ones are the cheesy ones. Try and outrange them. Burst travel faster and further. That'll help a bit with shooting down enemy missiles. Oh Jesus. That's a lot of lasers all of a sudden. Okay, we can't avoid those ones. Bunch of armor pickups. Okay, we can't avoid some of the ones to the top. Kind of weird. Like, the line just goes on me and I can't move out of it for one of them. But then all of the other ones I can avoid by just moving perpendicular to it. I don't really understand. Missiles fire additional projectiles. Yup. Most of those are avoidable, and then that one at the end just not avoidable. I don't really think I'm a big fan of the super dark nighttime. It makes sense thematically, but it is just really hard to see anything there. Missiles multi-shot and capacity, yup. Got a bunch of balls down here. Very tanky balls, it seems like. There's a lot of missiles I have to shoot down here. Shield penetration or missiles? Kind of just hitting the mountain there. That's so many unavoidable turrets. Why do I have this stupid shield that doesn't even block anything? Burst repeat an additional time? That sounds really strong for the basic attack. But we have almost no upgrades for it, so bigger explosions. So there's a health bar at like half, but... Oh, there we go. Burst Echo... Dash, Shield... I guess we'll try a level on that. It is pretty helpful for destroying projectiles. And enemies at short range. I can really only tell where they are by the lasers coming out of them here. It's so dark. Burn aura. Enemies near the player are slowly damaged. But I could also get a missile upgrade since enemies aren't really close to me that often. Armor refill shards can be picked up further away. That actually would be helpful since it's pretty hard to get to some of them. can't really tell if there's anything that tells you which turrets are dodgeable and which aren't. They all look the same to me over here. Shield, energy, armor pickup. Sure, we'll get a bit more armor, I think. Oh god, they're right on top of me. That's not ideal. Why are those missiles coming back at me? Missiles regeneration, yup. Brutal wave. Let's get some range so I don't get one shot when my shield's down by those guys. Aren't you supposed to get a level up on every wave? The inhibit actually is pretty nice with the number of projectiles those guys shoot. Missiles auto fire. Automatically increase regeneration? Yup. Yeah, I don't even have to hold down right click now. Now we're bullet heavening. I can just let that control the missiles, focus on the shield and the burst fire. It's better at aiming the huge volley of them as well, it seems like. Since you can store up a bunch of them if you're not constantly firing, and it only seems to fire them if there's an enemy in range. Shield, armor, inhibit. Oh, extra radius on that would actually be pretty helpful. Since it takes a little while for the missiles to get deflected away from you, I think. Oh god, that's so many turrets. Thankfully they're not the unavoidable ones, or that would have been bad. Oh god, that is so many lasers. I can't go around the mountain over there. What kind of ship is this? Burn aura energy armor? I wonder what happens if I just get a ton of energy and I spam the inhibit the entire time. We can just deflect those guys away when they charge in now. Armor, missiles area, inhibits. More missile area. I can't see anything. Oh, I just fired all the missiles into the mountain there. More missile regeneration? Yup. Brutal wave. Is there like a certain area where the turrets can aim and then you can get in behind them, maybe? number of bursts, wider angle, or area of missiles. All of those missiles right into the mountain and it auto-fired them. Yeah, these ones don't even seem to be turning towards me here. There might be a certain angle they can fire at. And then maybe you're supposed to avoid that. More missiles multi-shot and capacity. We have a big laser octopus. Game completes. Continue? We can keep going, I guess. Armor distance, inhibit terrain, shield penetration. Let's try some more inhibit upgrades, I guess. Can I push these guys? Oh, interesting. I can crush the balls on the side of the mountain. Get crushed, stupid balls. Time to go crush some more balls over here. Burn aura, missile retargeting. No target will acquire a new target? That sounds pretty strong. The full missile build felt a lot stronger than whatever I was trying to do in the first game. But I still think I would probably rather have a dash instead of the shield thing. But it's not bad once you get a few upgrades for it. Burst travel faster and further? Sure. Make it a bit easier to hit enemies with those since they're fairly short range. Yeah, we can sneak up on some of the turrets and they can't even target us, it seems like. Those ones definitely can. See if we can find an angle to approach some of these ones. Here we go. Crush that ball real quick against the mountainside. I wonder if you could do a full inhibit build where you keep it up permanently and you just bash everything into the terrain. That would be kind of cool, actually. Burn aura, burst absorb. Burst projectiles collide with and destroy enemy projectiles. That sounds pretty good, so I should be able to shoot their lasers down now. That. Yep. And they were already destroying missiles. That is a lot of turrets. Shield acceleration. I guess more energy recharge for the inhibit shield. Oh wait, I can shoot their lasers down now as well. Burst fire in all directions? That seems insane. Yup. I can just destroy every projectile attack and a Nova around me. So only lasers like the turrets can really even hit me now? Shield pin, acceleration, missile speed, and turn radius? Yup. We're just playing soccer now. Just smashing them into the mountains over and over. Though I can't really tell how much damage it does when you cause them to collide. Armor, shield, burst count, sure. So many balls. They just keep coming, and they don't stop coming. In the first run, there were some upgrades that gave damage to the dash attack, so it does seem like there is some opportunity to build around the spacebar attack, whichever one you choose. Didn't see if there was anything super unique for it though, like knocking the balls into the terrain and all. It's kind of cool for the inhibit shield. More burst counts. I think it gets a bit too dark at the nighttime. I'm not sure if you can do anything to help with that. I don't know what the smoke is. Drain shadow and water detail? Not really sure. But it is very hard to see at some points. That's probably the smoke stuff there where all the missiles are exploding. But it does seem like there's a decent amount of build variety. You can get some fairly unique upgrades for the left click, the right click, and the space abilities. There's a few different choices for each slot, although only 2 for the spacebar, the inhibit shield, and the dash. So could maybe use a bit more weapon variety overall, I feel like. But it's a decent start for an early access game. I do feel like the dash attack feels better, because there are some turrets you just can't avoid without it. Let's go some burst energy per hit to get higher uptime on the inhibit shield. But it does seem like there's sometimes an angle where you can approach the turrets without them even firing. So I think that might be the key to playing with the inhibits. I just never noticed that for the first part of the game. Like that one's firing over here. Let's see if we can go from the left side without being seen. It's a bit weird that you can't fly over the mountains as well. But we are getting pretty busted now with an insane number of missile upgrades and the burst destroying basically everything and firing multiple times in a nova around me now. There were a few pretty unique upgrades, but it took quite a while to see some of them. Some of them didn't even show up until I beat the default game. But I think that's good enough for now. That's the early access for Kinetic Storm. Not too shabby. Could use a little bit more variety, I think, since there's 3 weapons, 3 secondaries. But there's a fair number of unique upgrades for each one. 2 different space skills, dash or inhibits. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.